Losing absolutely positive sucks. It doesn't matter whether it's a game, it doesn't matter whether it's a family member, it doesn't matter if it's money, whatever it is that you lost, baby, it sucks. The feeling is horrible. There are just so many things that go into a loss, and none of them feel good right now. Sorry to just jump right in, but what's up? I'm Caitlin Leggett, your favorite journalist, digital media, all the things girly, and your favorite washed athlete. If you can't tell, I'm in the car. I'm driving back home from a flag football tournament. Yes, after playing volleyball for X amount of years, I did go and jump into another sport. I play contact and non contact flag football, 5v5, 8v8, and I play a little 7-on-7 out here in West Texas. But I play for a team out of DC. They're under a UFFL league. If you're thinking leagues, think USA, think UFFL, IFL, whatever. Cool. So I'm coming home from the UFFL Nationals. Obviously, if I'm talking about losing, we ain't come home with no rings. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. We had damn near a perfect weekend. Pool play, we were perfect. 26-0, 28-0, 7-0. But it doesn't matter if you are perfect, if you are not perfect when it matters. And we lost on Championship Sunday in the semis. And so, as I'm on my way back, I've just been contemplating what goes into a loss and how you cope after and what you take away from the loss. I think that in addition to this loss, 2025 was a really difficult year for me just in terms of I lost a lot of family members in a very short time frame, very close family members. And so I'm still grieving those things. And I think, I don't know, it just behooves me to think about what are these things that go into the idea of loss, and what do we walk away from it? Because I think I used to be like a little kid that was a sore loser, right? I hated to lose. I wanted to cry. I wanted to quit the game. And I don't know. I just want to break that down. So, right, obviously, I feel like one of the most stark things about losing in any context is the idea that you no longer have something. Whether you had it to begin with or it was within a grasp reach, but you no longer have something. And so, in this very moment, right, we no longer have the opportunity to go and get that ring that we came down here for, right? But in terms of my family members, I no longer have physical, tangible access to them on this earth. If I lost some money, baby, I no longer have that money in my possession. And we are possessive people. We are a people that love the idea that things can be ours. Rightfully so. Why not? And it's frustrating to think that we lost that possession. But I think one thing that life has taught me is that everything is an experience, right? And sometimes we are truly just experiencing things. And sometimes you need to go through that experience to for it to be that much sweeter, or for it to be in the time frame that God has for you. And so I think Coach, in one of his ending statements to us, was like, the only thing that you truly can say is that we were meant to feel this loss in this time. And I also want to let me backtrack, because we lost in overtime and it was a damn good game. You really could not have asked for better football. What you could have asked for is a different outcome. But this was not a game where it's like in any game you can pinpoint mistakes, right? I can't sit here and blame this game on one missed flag pull, or one sack, or one missed touchdown, or a touchdown that should have been, or one missed cover, or one blown coverage, or one missed blocking assignment. No, this was damn good football. And I think that both teams wanted it, and there was a team that came out on top, and it wasn't us. And so the way it works was we obviously we tied. We went to overtime. In overtime, you get 4 drives. Don't quote me on all the rules, but you get 4 drives. So you need to score. You need to get a stop. We both scored, and we did not score again. Essentially, cool, not cool, but that's how that went. So obviously, the first thing is that idea of a win, or the things that come with the win, the rings, the trophies. These things are no longer within the potential of being in our possession, or they're no longer in our possession. That's one. Number two, I think also one thing I consider is that within the loss, the reason why it hurts so much to lose is because we put so much work and effort and time into it, right? When I talk about experience, there was a lot of experience that went into this journey, into going to nationals, into getting to where we wanted to be, into going 3-0, going into championships. And the same thing with losing people or losing family. There are experiences that you have had with these people that you no longer have the potential of having again in a tangible sense, because these people are no longer here, right? So it feels very bittersweet to have had this amazing ride, this journey leading up to nationals, and to fall short or to not achieve the goal that you put in all this time and hard work and effort and money, because there was a full season prior to this nationals happening. Granted, I'm saying some of these things for context. We know I no longer live in DC, so some of these things I was not a part of. I was privy to, but I was not a part of. But it is an extremely bittersweet feeling. And I played organized sports my entire life, and I think when I was a kid, I used to be a little bratty quitter. I hated to lose. I was a sore loser. I didn't want to lose, and if I did, I wanted to quit. I didn't actually quit most times, but I wanted to. And now, as I grow older, I want to know what it is that I am meant to learn for the loss. I hate the idea that, oh, I'm supposed to lose, but sometimes in life, you really are supposed to lose. I think perspective is one of the biggest things that 2025 and 2024 gave me, because there were things that I never would have appreciated before that I was able to appreciate solely because I had been in places that I experienced loss. And so I could be that much more grateful for what I had or for where I was in that moment. Cool. So I'm looking for the lessons that are here. I think in the idea that the win isn't in our possession anymore, the time potentially may feel like a waste. I don't think it is, but this idea that, oh, we put in all this time, didn't come up with the ring, so is it a waste? I think along with that, it's also the idea that maybe it's not meant for you, and that is like, it goes into a little bit of a pessimistic mindset, but that plays on your self-esteem. Like, am I not good enough? Are we not doing what we need to do to be good enough? Is there just something that other teams have that we don't have? This doesn't necessarily apply in a term of grieving, but this is something that I feel like all athletes go through. When you wonder, like, can I play at the highest level? Can I be the best player that I can be? And that's just one of those things that you have to work towards and grapple with. And I feel like it's funny because that's not really something that is crossing my mind in this moment, because I'm still so new and fresh within the sport. I've literally only been playing a year, and not even a full year, because I moved as soon as I got comfortable. But it is something that I contemplated while I played volleyball. I'm an undersized hitter. Am I going to be good enough? I got to school and I became injury prone. Am I going to be good enough? It plays on that pessimistic self-esteem that you could potentially have. And it's just something to consider. It's a part of life. These are the things that cross your mind, and it's how you choose to deal and cope and all of that. Cool. So in running through some of these things, as I begin to answer questions, I do think that there's something to be said about how much sweeter it is when you win after you've lost, right? And so now, at least for us, we've lost nationals back-to-back 2 years. So when we win, it has to be that much sweeter. There's a little extra umph behind everything that goes into holding up that trophy, into biting on that ring, because we know what it's like to not, right? Come on now, like, everybody loves an underdog. And I think that because we are a damn good team, it's hard to even consider us an underdog. But if you ain't winning, you ain't winning. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something that I think about too. There are a lot of things that go into losing, and I'm sure that a part of it is just that, like I said, losing sucks, bro. Nobody wants to be a loser, but it's also like, how do you come out of being a loser? What are the lessons that come out of the failures? Because at the end of the day, that is how you learn. That is how you get better. I think about, I used to play cards with my ex and his family, and they used to always talk about how they were able to get better at playing, and they used to be like, I got tired of getting beat, and they was handing out whoopings, and they did and play. Ooh, don't want you guys to fall. And they did used to and play till they got better, and it's like that for most things, most sports. Now, the grief of losing people is so complex, and I think one of the biggest things that I recognize is that it's such a non-linear journey, but I think that also applies here as well. And you get better, and sometimes you regress in certain areas as you begin to learn and grow, and sometimes when you get better at some things you get worse at other things, and I think that grief is similar to that. It comes in waves. There's no straight up, oh, it gets better journey. There's like, sometimes there are good days, and sometimes there are really bad days. There are days where I wake up and I feel like, dang, I cannot believe these people are gone. I didn't bury them months ago. It feels like it is today that I am getting that phone call, or that I am seeing that casket go in, or that I hear that ashes to dust, as if this didn't happen months ago. And so I feel like that is where that comes in to play a bit. It's non-linear, and there will be good and bad days, and you have to appreciate them nonetheless. They both come when they're meant to come, and one is necessary for the other. Your good days feel that much better because you've had bad days. So I feel like, all in all, the loss, while it stings, it burns, I feel like reflection is crazy, because I can also look at the fact that this time last year when I went to nationals, I didn't know what was going on. Baby, smile and wave. I did not know what was going on. This year, I was actually able to contribute. I was actually able to pull a few flags, get a sack, be a part of special teams, actually contribute. Versus last year, I couldn't have told you what a blown coverage was. I couldn't have told you what my alignment and my assignment was supposed to be. I couldn't tell you anything about our plays. I didn't know nothing. Versus now, I see it. I'm learning the schemes. I'm learning the coverages. I'm learning the assignments. I'm learning the plays. Things are starting to click and make sense, and I think that's really cool. Also, it hurts that much more because last year the loss was just like, dang, it's unfortunate. This year is like, ooh, you just put salt in my wound. That hurts. But I'm always grateful for the experience. And I actually believe in this team so much. So I feel like, as frustrating as it is, I don't think this is a forever thing. I truly do feel like it's a build-up. The team hasn't been in existence that long. I use none of this as an excuse, but I'm able to see the bigger picture, and just in terms of growth, right? First year that was there, team wasn't able to get past the first round on Championship Sunday. And every year since I've been there, so for the past 2 years, so for the past 3 years, and I've been here for 2, every year a game, if not 2, has been dropped in pool play. We dropped no games in pool play this year. You feel what I'm saying? I think there was a different lock-in this year. I was able to see. There was no coach saying, hey, put on film. We put on film ourselves. There was no, hey, no, make sure you're taking care of your body. People were getting their rest and recovery. They were in there getting their legs done. They were all of those different things. And so I also love to be able to see the bigger picture, the growth of our team, the growth of our mindset, and how that plays a part into us eventually getting that ring. And also, this is separate, but I really had a lot of fun. Last year, I also didn't know as many people. This year, I'm locked in with about everybody. And I was able to do some different things creatively. There are some different projects that I'm working on that I'm super excited about. And I'm just glad to have been able to have this be a part of that story that I'm trying to tell. I think it's super cool. So I also partially am up here yapping so that I could keep myself up on this drive home. But I did pretty good. I got about 40 more minutes left. But give me your thoughts, your takes. What's the vibes on when it comes to loss, right? We all know, even if you weren't an athlete yourself, what the college football championship just went on. If I'm not mistaken, Indiana just won a natty, which meant Miami had to lose. You know what I'm saying? We all understand the concept of loss. The Super Bowl is in a couple of weeks. We all understand the concepts of wins and losses. People have lost money, family members, all these different things. Where your head at? What is your reflection? What do you take away from loss? How do you come out of the fire, either pressed and broken and on the inside? Do you become a diamond or do you stay tall? Let's see. Talk to me. Anyway, thanks for keeping me company. Love you guys. Oh, wait, before I go, I gotta shout out the hoodie. Oh, Jesus. Before I go, I gotta make sure I shout out the hoodie. You see the one of one from Mache. Go get you one. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually the best airport hoodie you'll ever see. And let me show you why specifically. Listen, y'all know I have about 92 locks in my head. This hoodie covers, come on now, you see that? You see the coverage? You see the coverage. The only thing that would make this better is a satin lining. But baby, come on now, to be able to cover the locks, it ain't too many that can do it. Get you one. Tell her I sent you. All right. Anyways, love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye. And subscribe.
Just like a star.
Cause baby girl, you shine.
Just like a star.
And we gon' do it big.
Just like a star.
And maybe get a crib.
Just like a star.
Hey, maybe.